I'm a few minutes early, so I'm going to wait for people to come on. 3 minutes early because the traffic into the office here was great this night. It's 8:30 at night. But the traffic was great. I was able to pull right into work. The commute was good. It was easy. It was fast. So I'll just wait for you guys to come on. And for those of you on Facebook, and you know you're on Facebook, if you see a green screen behind me, which is not really like a pleasant thing to see behind me, but everyone on YouTube sees the pink screen that I have up there. So if you're tuning in from Facebook and you see the green screen behind me, and if you want to interact and ask questions, I advise that you go onto my YouTube channel and watch me directly from YouTube. That way you can interact with me. Or you could just stay on Facebook as well and just kind of listen to the conversation. But I always feel like it's more fun to be a part of the conversation. So let's see, where's everybody? Hello. Oh, hey, Mark. How are you? Oh, my God. Mark, the artist. The artist. You're like Prince, the artist. Mark, the artist. Just don't forget to tell me where you're tuning in from and if this is your first time tuning in. So I always like to see where everyone's watching from. Same with Facebook. Let me know where you're watching from. And if this is your first time watching. So yeah, the parking situation. Yes. How'd you know, Maureen? It was like, oh my God. It was like I was the only person in the studio, which, by the way, the studio is in my basement. So you were looking forward to seeing me tonight, Grace. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. It's Monday night. I was actually looking forward to coming on tonight. I wanted to show you guys something. I don't know about you guys, but I just wear like yoga pants, sweatpants, and just crappy t-shirts all the time. I realized I have not left the house. It'll be 2 weeks this Wednesday. I have not left the house in 2 weeks. So this Wednesday, tomorrow, I've got a really long day, but Wednesday, I am leaving the house. I'm going to go in my car. I'm going to drive somewhere, and I'm going to drive back. I'm not going to interact with anybody, so don't anyone blow up on me like everyone's blowing up on everybody on Facebook. But I'm not wearing like clothing, right? I mean, I'm wearing clothing, but I must have forgotten how to wear clothing because look, see this little white thing here? You ladies, you guys know what that is. That's a deodorant stain. And that just proved to me that I forgot how to get dressed because, we know how this goes. You put your shirts on and then you put your deodorant on. But no, I didn't do it that way because I forgot. And I've been wearing crappy shirts and no one sees me. So I've been really like, I don't even know if I've been putting deodorant on, to be honest. I've been showering every day and I'm enjoying my shower, but I forgot how to put a shirt on. I forgot the order. And I have like deodorant all over the shirt. It's all the way down, all the way at the bottom. Look, like, yeah, serious deodorant issue here. But I thought that was kind of like, that says it all. To me, that says it all. I forgot how to properly get dressed because I haven't been. I absolutely haven't been. So Wednesday, I will go and I'll get dressed sort of in some kind, if they still fit, if my jeans still fit, then I will wear jeans on my car ride to nowhere. So happy quarantine day number whatever. I don't know. People are counting. I'm not counting. I don't think it's wise to count. But actually, to be honest, I really like quarantine. I really don't mind this. I don't. I'm actually enjoying it a little too much, and I'm afraid of life going back because then I'm like, oh, God. That means like I'm going to be driving my car and I'm going to be in traffic and I'm going to be annoyed by like the Subaru. Sorry, Jackie, I know you're on here, but the Subaru that's driving too slow in front of me. Like I haven't been irritated. I haven't not had road rage because I've not been on the road. I haven't been anywhere. So let's see. Yeah, my family's probably happy with deodorant. Yep, they are. I'm just seeing who upstate. Hello, Alexis. Hello, Michelle. Let's see, Nicole. Everybody's on here tonight. Everybody is looking for something to occupy their time. And now you've landed on me. So now I've got to make this good. Don't forget to give thumbs up, because why not, right? Because just give me a thumbs up now, and then you'll be taken care of for the rest of the time you watch. Those of you on Facebook, oh, hey, Lauren, I just saw your name pop up. Those of you on Facebook, switch on over to YouTube if you want to interact and have like questions and answers and all that stuff. Or you could stay here, but I only answer questions here. I'm going to go over stuff that I have coming up, because everyone's telling me like, I didn't know about that class, or I didn't know that was happening. And everyone says, like Michelle and Greg, they're like, you don't plug your stuff. And I'm not a plugger. I'm not a plugger. Like, go to my website. If you like my shit, go on and look at what I have coming up. That's my philosophy. And I feel like if you're meant to see it, you're supposed to see it, whatever. But no, they've all said plug it and tell everybody when everything is coming up. So Introduction to Mediumship is starting, is May next week already? No. The first Tuesday in May. It begins 6 weeks of online courses. So that's starting 2 hours on Tuesday nights for 6 weeks. It's a good class, and it's for everybody. There are people who want to train to be mediums, and there are people who just want to learn more about it. There are people who are bored and are like, you know what, I've got nothing else to do on a Tuesday night. So it's all across the board. If life opens up before it ends, which is the, I think, second week in June, I hope life doesn't open up, to be honest, because I do feel like we're going to only wind up putting ourselves back into the space later on. But if life opens up, then it will be offered in person at the center and online. So no matter what you sign up for, it'll be offered online. And then pending the opening of the world, we'll see. This Friday night is my first virtual intuitive galleries. So the intuitive galleries are not mediumship. And I can get to more people when it's not mediumship, because what takes a lot of time and energy and thought into the galleries, the mediumship kind of slows me down. In an intuitive gallery, people will ask a question, and I will walk you kind of through the process I go through on how to answer an intuitive question. So not only am I answering it, I'm also, in a way, teaching how I arrived at that answer, so that you all can learn how to tap into your intuition better. I always think that people have this preconceived idea of what intuition is, and like, you know, she just knows. And sometimes it is just that, but other times it's, there's a methodology behind it, for me anyway. That's why I like to teach mediumship, because I've finally, after the 19 years of doing this, I have broken down how it is that I can tap into energy and information. And people loved it last year. I taught it last year, and they were so surprised with themselves with what they could tap into. So Friday night intuitive gallery, I forget what time it starts, to be honest. I think it's 7. I don't know. You could check my website. People are constantly asking me, which is really kind of bugging me, because I'm like, people are still asking, like, well, you know, is our appointment at the center? Is it on the phone? Or is that class being taught online? Like, people, we're in a fishbowl. We can't leave. We have to be home. So everything's online. Everything's online, phone, or on the line. I'm only taking phone appointments. I'm not doing appointments by Zoom right now. And the reason why I'm not doing appointments on Zoom is because I do not feel like putting on makeup and getting myself all feeling okay at like 9 a.m. in the morning, because the beauty of being quarantined is not having to like rush. And so I just want a shower beforehand, so I'm awake, but I'm not really put together. I put my pajamas right back on. I sit on my bed and I do the readings, and I love every minute of it. But I don't need you guys seeing me as I'm doing that. So that's why the appointments are by phone only. Group, those are taking off like crazy. Private groups, those are done by Zoom. So private groups are when you get a group of friends, minimum of 5, most 10 people. And I do basically it's like a private little gallery. And those are hand scheduled. So you don't have to like wait for an appointment. You can email Michelle, info@beingknowingdoing.com. Oh, what else do I have on? I have my Teachable course. There's people who are finally not getting scared to sign up for my Teachable. You do Deborah Hanlon, I don't know, .teachable.com, I think it is. And I have 2 classes on there. One is for free. Like you could, one is an introduction to meditation, And the other is how to upgrade your vibration, which is probably a good idea right now when our vibrations start to go lower. But it doesn't cost you anything to sign up. You're not going to get a bunch of stupid emails from me. It's just my online center is basically what it is, with 2 courses on there. And I really, really, really will put more on there soon. Maybe this week sometime I'll work on stuff. Meditations every Sunday, 7 o'clock. Nope, 7:30. Sorry, I moved it back a half hour. 7:30 on Zoom. I love doing that. You could sign up. So these are all the things that I've got going on. So I'm busy. Michelle keeps saying to me, "My God, we're freaking busy." It's because I'm trying to stay busy, trying to keep on keeping on. That's how it goes. So how are you guys doing? Let me see. Maureen took your mom for a ride. Yeah, I think it's important to do that. I have not left since, you know, that Life 360, I think it's called, app. Well, we're all on it. And I checked the app and it said, you haven't left since 8 p.m. on Wednesday. And I thought, when did I go anywhere on Wednesday? And then I realized it wasn't this past Wednesday. It was the Wednesday before, which is a little scary. That's a long time to be home. And I've refused to even walk outside because I'm sorry, it's chilly out there. And I'm kind of getting angry about like the chilliness. It's like I've got a chill in my bones. I'm in home and I'm freezing. I'm just cold. Is anyone else freezing this whole time? My feet are frozen constantly. My hands, I'm like, do I have a problem with circulation? What's going on? So I'm a little chilly. Other than that, I'm great. I'm great. I'm doing great. Let's see. Oh, Kathy, I just read your post there. Today is a hard day, so I'm glad you are tuning in for a little bit of levity. I hope I don't bring us down when I start ranting over everybody who's goddamn psychotic on Facebook. Everyone just simmer down on Facebook, right? Simmer down. People are either yelling at people for leaving their house. People are leaving their house and yelling, saying the government's a conspiracy. Whoa, dudes, like, my answer to everything is go clean out a drawer. Just declutter. Declutter your life and find inner peace. Go do something productive instead of yelling at anyone else. We don't know. I don't know. My philosophy is we don't know why people need to go out. I don't know why people don't have a mask on. You know what? I don't know. Maybe they don't have one. Maybe they left it at home. Have you guys ever done that? Like the shopping bag thing that I just started bringing those shopping bags to the store. I finally remember now they're telling us not to bring them in. So like maybe people forgot the freaking mask. Maybe they're a sociopath. I don't know. But like we don't need to like, I don't know. Is anyone else finding Facebook like obnoxious? It's too much of this yelling like that I'm doing right now to you guys. It's too much. Like I get it. We all have opinions. We all have thoughts and beliefs, and I get it. And I'm totally with us for all of us. I have some myself. But this yelling and this dichotomy and the politics and the this and that. Go clean out a drawer. Light some incense. I've got some if you need some. And just clean out a drawer. You'll feel better. That's my answer to everything. Okay, let's see. James had to Google what day it was. I fell asleep the other day. I woke up, had no idea what day it was. I shit you not. I Google what day. I had to Google. Yeah, I believe you. I totally believe you. I say the time and date, or the date many times a day when I'm doing readings. I'll say, this is Deborah speaking with so-and-so and I'm always like on Monday, like I sound like an idiot. It's written right in front of me. But yeah. Yes, thank you, Maureen. I'm glad you brought that up. Update on Samantha, Greg's daughter. She was tested positive for COVID. She got the results last Easter Sunday morning, and she was back to work, I think, by Thursday. So she had a really bad headache and aches and just didn't feel good, but she didn't have the lung issues. And I don't think she had a fever, but she was just like, blah. So she did test positive for it. She had it. And she's a nurse. So we really did figure that it was only a matter of time that she would get it. So she is back to work. And last we checked in, and she keeps saying, I'm fine. So Greg said to her in a text, hey, Sam, did you see Jesus last night? And she was like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, so many people are praying for you that I thought maybe you would see Jesus. There's so many people. And she was like, Dad, if I saw Jesus, then I have another problem. So I thought that was funny. Little dialect. What am I trying to say? Dialogue. Whatever. So thank you for bringing her up. She is recovering and back to work, working as a nurse. Alexis, working as a nurse. All of you nurses, amazing. Hold on, I'm getting a text from my son, who's upstairs. He's telling me that our little baby Baker is waiting for me on the bed. And I'm going to say this again. I'll show it to you, Facebook people. That's our little Baker. I'm gonna tell you guys. I've said it many times. The only sign of the apocalypse that I see is this. There is a puppy who smells like a puppy, who sheds his fur. I have it all over me. And this puppy sleeps on the bed. He does. That's the only thing that makes me tip the scales to think the world has to be coming to an end, because I am going to be 44 very soon, and in my 43.98 years of life, I did not like dogs, and then this little guy enters my life, and I'm like in love, and he's sleeping on our bed. So that's the only thing that makes me a little scared that something's happening in the universe. We might be all just coming to an end, but whatever. I'll end with love. Elisa, thank you. My hair looks good. Can we talk about my hair for a second, you guys? First of all, it doesn't, as far as look, like it's totally gray. And if I pull it up, it's real gray. But I said last week, I'm letting it go. Like I've got the root spray. Ooh, wow, that's pretty bad. I've got the root spray, but I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it because it's like my token of solidarity with all women. And I could color it with a box. I told my hairdresser I wouldn't. But you know what I am doing? I'm taking collagen shots for my nails because, you know, the whole nail situation, I can't get them done anymore. And I have a DNA pattern that nails don't grow. And I've tried everything. It's, again, 43.98 years of my life. My nails don't grow. But taking this collagen stuff, it's liquid collagen every day, faithful, bloop, bloop, bloop. And my nails aren't doing shit. They're not growing. They're still not growing. They're horrible with all the collagen. But the hair is doing fine. So I'm going to keep doing it for the hair. And it's growing like crazy. Even Michelle today or last night saw me on Zoom and was like, oh my God, your hair's so long. So that's exciting to me. So thank you, Elisa. It's doing well from the collagen drink that I'm drinking, and I don't even know the name of it. Tastes like water. Maybe it is water, and maybe I'm having the placebo effect happen. I'm good with it. I'm totally fine. I do believe mind over matter. So quite possible it's placebo effect, but it's working for my hair. It's not doing anything for my nails, but it's working for the hair. I don't think it's thicker or anything. It feels shiny. I don't know. I'm really happy with the hair. Minus this, but I'll deal with it. That's fine. That's my solidarity with all women everywhere. Same thing with my nails, which that will be fixed first day out of quarantine. Nancy, thank you. Nancy said you took the class online. You learned a lot. So thank you. Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo is my mediumship thing. Interesting. Hello, Jessica from Albany, and Kristen, and Diane, and Carolyn, and Kim. This is like Romper Room. I'm just looking for everyone. Naomi from Greenville. You love the background. Thank you. Greg set this background tonight. Do I remember Crabby Bill from last week? You know what's scary? I don't. Refresh my memory. What? Crabby Bill. Crabby Bill. I don't. I remember Pork Poker from about 3 weeks ago. But remind me Crabby Bill, because I don't know. I think I might have like early Alzheimer's, though. I'm telling you. I don't know. Okay, see, you guys are cold too. Thank you. Hello, Mike. Let's see. Nose is cold. Yes, check my thyroid. Oh, perhaps, no, my hair's not falling out. My hair's good, but perhaps, so maybe I can blame any weight gain on my thyroid and not on the constant need to snack and eat and food. And I almost broke down and made cookie dough yesterday. And the only reason why I didn't is because I ran out of flour. Does anyone run out of flour? No, you don't. The only time you run out of flour is when you're baking too many cookies, which is what I was doing. So I don't have flour. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jessica is working at a nursing home and you have a few cases. You're worried for the residents. It's so crazy, this whole thing. Oh my goodness. Tara did a chakra meditation to calm herself today. Good. Robin, I wonder if Lexi had it. She had 4 days of headache and body aches. It is showing up on that as just like a long headache. It's amazing how different the like everyone is. Like some people it's mild and some people it just really goes ballistic on. It's pretty amazing. Oh my God, it's so cute. Melissa said her 6-year-old grandson asked me if I dyed the top of my head white. And he said yes. Sandy, I will. I'll have to post the brand of Greg. If you want to take a picture of the collagen bottle in the refrigerator so I can show everybody, that would be great. And it tastes like, has a taste, but it really tastes like water with a taste. It's not bad. I'm not somebody, if something tastes gross, I won't do it. I'm like a 3-year-old kid. I'll like spit it out. I'm totally inappropriate and not an adult. If it tastes gross, I'm not doing it. Greg is saying celery juice. Maybe it's the celery juice. No, I think it's the collagen. I am drinking celery juice every single day, 16 ounces. I've been doing that for about 2 months. And I love it because I have a prescription for Adderall. I have been diagnosed as ADD. I know this is shocking for a lot of you. So I literally have a diagnosis of ADD and I have a prescription for Adderall that I take, when I need to. But like for readings, I don't want to take Adderall because the ADD helps me tune in and focus in. So I take Adderall when I have to, after readings, I have to get things done. But I've noticed that I haven't needed Adderall since I started taking celery juice. And I have a ton of energy in the morning if I just drink celery juice and nothing else for half an hour, and then you can have coffee and breakfast. And I don't know, it could be a placebo effect. I don't really care if it works or isn't working. My mind is thinking it's working. So I recommend that too. Last week I became a lifter. That's right. Oh, there's no flour in the stores. That's good to know because that will help me not make cookie dough. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. No flour in the stores. You've been drinking celery juice on and off for 2 years. I love the celery juice. Hold on. Mike colored my hair with a color to go for my salon. He did a great job. I'm sure he's so happy you just announced that to everybody. Cindy, my hairdresser, said she would make me a mix and stuff, but I was like, you know what? I just want to see. It's now that it's socially acceptable. I'm just going to let this go until the moment quarantine's over and the first place after my nails. No, I'll probably get my hair done first and then my nails. I'm going to get it taken care of. I'm not that woman that wants to just go gray. I applaud women who do that. I think a lot of women look amazing like that, but I'm not going to be one of them. I'm not a big fan of celery's flavor. Can it be disguised? I hear it's excellent to heal us. I don't know if it can be disguised. I will tell you that, like I said, if something tastes bad, I don't drink it. I don't take it. I'm not crazy about the taste. I've noticed that if it's put in the fridge and cold, sometimes if I can't make it in the morning, I'll make a batch the night before and put it in the fridge. And I don't like it really cold. I like it room temperature because something about it cold makes me ugh, yuck. But I don't know if it could be disguised. I really don't. Yes, I do juice my own. I started it using a blender, and I was wondering why everyone kept calling it celery juice because it was more like celery pulp. And I'm like, there's no possible way people are doing this every day. And it was just pulpy yuck. And then I realized, oh, It doesn't work in a blender. So I got a real juicer. Thanks to Nicole. I don't know if she's on here tonight, but she told me the right juicer to get. And it takes me between washing the celery, juicing the celery, and cleaning the parts. It takes me about 6 minutes every morning because I've timed it. So I don't know. I love it. It's a whole head of celery every day. Makes about 16 ounces, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Beet juice. Ooh, I don't know if I could do that. But beets are so good too. Tuba, yes, every morning. Every single morning I make celery juice. Every morning. Celery juice. That's it's like the one healthy thing I'm doing. Literally. That and a lot of broccoli or Brussels sprouts. Other than that, I had a shit ton of Skittles today. That was the craving of sugar that I had, the sugar attack, and I shoved it down with Skittles. So that's what I did, counteract the celery juice. I don't know. But I do love it. I really do love the celery juice. For sure. Let's see. And you do have to drink it quickly just because it's like nobody wants, Mike, definitely get a juicer. I have a link to a juicer too. And it's quick. It's so cool. Oh, here's a fun story with me with the juicer. You guys will appreciate this as your little lifter friend. This is a true story. So we have this juicer, right? And I'm not like known to be a domestic goddess or anything, right? So the fact that I'm juicing celery makes me like, should I start a magazine and compete with Martha? I don't know. But I'm juicing it and it has this like plunger thing that you can, if it gets stuck, you can kind of push it down, which it doesn't really get stuck very often, but it got stuck. So plunging it down, whatever. And it also comes with like this big long toothbrush thing. And the end looks like a toothbrush and then the other end is kind of like a point. And what the toothbrush is for is when you're done with it and you take it apart and you wash it, you just scrub it with the toothbrush to get all the little filaments out. And the poker part is like when you turn the machine off, you just push it down if you need it, right? So I did that one day. A little piece got stuck, so I pushed it down with the little poker thing. What is it with me and pokers? I don't know. So I'm pushing it down and it goes through whatever. Next day, same thing happens. And I was like, you know what, I kept it on. I kept the machine going and I poked it down. Well, that machine is very strong. It's trained, it's designed to pull whatever you put into it, pulls it in. Why I thought that I could just leave it on and poke it, it's like this, like sticking a pen. It's basically like sticking a pen into the juicer, which it got sucked right in and clogged and stopped. And I'm like, oh no, I'm trying to turn it off. I'm trying to get it out. Nothing. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I broke this brand new juicer. They're not cheap. And I broke the juicer and I was like, I'm so pissed. Like, I'm just so pissed at myself. Like, it was a stupid thing. I'm like, ugh. So I call Greg and I'm like, Greg, I think I totally fucked up the juicer, Deborah style. And he's like, and he goes over and he's like, he can't get this thing out. He can't do anything. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like the one healthy thing I'm doing for myself and now it's ruined. So he fixed it. He did fix it. He took it apart. I don't know what he did. He took some other tool thing and reversed it. I don't know what he did, but he fixed it. So don't use the poker with it on, which we probably didn't need to be told. I didn't need to be told, but I did do it because I thought I could do it fast enough to where it wouldn't get pulled. But that is completely not true. So it's an Omega juicer. And I love it. I do love it. Yep. Skittles counteract celery juice. Totally. It's balance. Exactly. Thank you. It's the yin to my yang, guys. It's how I roll. Gary's pickles. That sounds very obscene. Gary's pickles are my weakness, said Kelly Hoffman. I don't know what Gary's pickles are. I don't know if Gary's a man or if Gary is a brand. But Gary's pickles are my weakness. I keep sneaking big gulps of just the juice. That sounds suspicious. Do clarify. Who's Gary, Kelly? Wheatgrass. Yeah, I don't know if I can do wheatgrass. Okay. So questions, anyone have? Yes, it's an omega juicer, Cindy. Yes. Let me see. Did Greg take a picture? Greg added it. I added it to the Amazon page. So I think he put a link up here somewhere. I don't know. We'll get you guys the brand of the collagen that I'm using. Okay, so Katie has a real question, so you guys don't have to hear about my other stuff. Ooh, look at that. I had a dream recently that felt like I had very strong messages for my mother and mother-in-law to the point where I told them both about it. Can you verify this in any messages for me? So Katie, that's more like a personal intuitive question, which I don't do in this format. Every once in a while, I will do a night of intuitive questions and things like that. But that's like more me plugging in directly to everybody's energy, which I'm not doing tonight. That's what Friday night is about on Zoom. This Friday night. I think that's what, the 24th? 4th? I think it's the 24th. Okay. Do you have the omega juicer, Cindy? Jen is laughing at me. And Carolyn is saying I'm cracking you up. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to be a lifter. These are true stories too. I don't even have to make anything up. They're true stories. No, that's okay, Katie. Don't feel bad about that. I just like to make sure everyone knows that it's not direct personal. I did say before, does anyone have any questions, but more generalized questions about energy, the other side, anything. Because I think I'm all out of stories. Probably not. I could think of something. So thirsty. Oh my God. No, Greg. Greg says it comes with a poker, but I use the toothbrush part. No, I used the poker part. I did. I used the right part. I just didn't shut it off before because I thought I could just do that real quick without it, catching. Clearly, I don't have lightning fast reflexes like I thought. Okay, this is a great question, especially from you, Aisha, because you are a nurse in the middle of all of this craziness. What happens to people who are on a ventilator and sedated? Does their soul go anywhere? Very often people will, people who are on ventilators, life support, sedated or not sedated, people who are in a coma, sedated, not sedated, they tend to be in a consciousness, an energy field that is very similar to the consciousness or energy field we're in when we pass. So they are aware of everything that's going on. They kind of you hear the hover over, and sometimes that's literal hovering over, they can look down in the room and see. They're not stuck anywhere. They're in their body, but think of it as a tethered hot air balloon. So there's still a cord of life connecting their energy to their body. So they're still alive by medical standards, but their energy, their consciousness is like a big giant hot air balloon, and it's out of their body. So think of them as tethered hot air balloons. I have a tickle. I swear it's not Corona. Oh my God. It's not Corona. Ma Corona. So that is where they are. Their souls anywhere. They're in their body or they're attached to their body, but they're able to be in another realm. And they're not unhappy. They're not in an unhappy realm. Actually, it's even better for them to be outside their body, tethered, be that hot air balloon, because it's more peaceful than anything we're ever in our bodies. So that is a good question. Which leads me to also address, I did a little bit online in a post, but this whole thought of so many people who have to pass alone. I just want people to know that when your loved one, if they had to pass alone, that is the worst thing possible for us here left behind to even fathom that somebody has to go through that. And my God, thank God for all the healthcare workers that are trying their best to stay present and be with each person. But please know that once they've crossed over, they're not like, what the hell? Where were you? I was so upset. Like it all becomes meaning all of our lives become completely clear as to why everything had to be the way it was through your whole life. And of course, that involves your death as well and your passing. So they're very much at peace after they've passed, even if they are alone, whether it's Corona or just because they passed alone, they're okay. So I want you to know, all of you to know that they're all right when they've crossed over. They're not sad. They're not holding on to it. It is also part of their journey and yours when you're attached to them. Although to me, it's the worst possible thing for us, for the living, to have to endure and know and hear about so many people that are just on these ventilators, not being able to have their loved ones there. It's like the worst thing imaginable. But once anyone's passed, they're okay. They're more than okay. Felicia, Friday night Zoom. I have a Friday night intuitive or virtual gallery, but it's intuitive questions only. So it's not mediumship that night. It's not about connecting to the other side. It's more about coming with an intuitive question about the here and now or the future, the past, medical insight. I always have fun doing name vibrations. So you can give me somebody's first and middle name, and I tell you a little bit about them, their strengths, weaknesses, propensities. Intuitive questions is also about connecting with anybody who is nonverbal here in the physical. So nonverbal, if it's because of autism, if it's because of brain injury, if it's because of not so much a coma, only because that would be a little bit more mediumship. So that is Friday night, and all that information is on my website. Oh, Cindy has a wheatgrass and a citrus juicer. Very different animals. I don't know if I could do wheatgrass. Okay, Elizabeth, this is a great question because the classes that I want to add to my Teachable, the one that I really want to add is called Why Am I Here? And I've taught this just a couple of times, maybe twice, but it's really a powerful class because the whole point of the class is to identify what our life lessons are. Like, what are we here to learn? So why are we here? What are we here to learn? And we have a ton of things to learn, so we're not going to address all of them in any one class, but this one is designed to help people see like the themes of their lives, and through that you'll be able to see what you need to learn here. So how do you know if you're learning the life lessons? One, we just are. On one level, we're learning the lessons because we're going through them. We're living it, so we're learning it on one level. Then whatever keeps popping up for you, like if someone keeps finding themselves in the same wrong relationship or bad relationship, or when I'm bad or wrong, just not the right one for them, not the person that lets them thrive and helps, it's back and forth, and what's the word I'm looking for? Like nourishing. If you keep finding yourself in this particular pattern of a relationship and you go through it and then you separate from that person, then you find a new person, then sort of the same theme over, and then you separate from that person, you get it again, that means like you're not really getting the memo. You're not getting the lesson. And we all do this to a degree, but if it's like just blaring in your experience, these things, like a lot of times money keeps coming up, finances, the concept of lack, and relationships. That's the two most common areas I see people having like a life lesson plan. And a lot of times in readings, I will say to people like, your money's not here, what your lesson to learn here is, but relationship is, or vice versa. So whatever keeps repeating, like loudly repeating. Health issues, if you're constantly having health issues, that would be a lesson of learning dominion over your own body and really taking charge of what it is your body needs and taking care of your body. Those are the most common ones. There's hundreds of thousands of different types, but there's lessons about self. There's lessons about listening to your intuition. There's lessons about not giving yourself away. There's lessons about Speaking up, that's another big one that a lot of people have to work on, that throat chakra. So think Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Each one of those is like a lesson that we're here to learn. So whatever keeps coming up over and over and over, it means like, I'm not making all the changes. But at the same time, I want to remind people that people hate to hear this and people love to hear this. So none of us are going to get it all right. None of us on this planet are going to get it all right. I had this conversation, I think it was last night on my meditation. We do a little like Dharma talk, and the theme was about this idea that humans, like we think like, if only I would get past this, then my life would be great. And that doesn't work like that. There's never been a person in the history of humanity. Okay, there's 7 billion of us on the planet right now. And how many years have humans existed? So there's never been one person in the history of humanity that had everything in life go right. Everything swim by, everything perfect. No one's had that. So we're not going to have a perfect life. Nobody does. There's stuff pops up. It's how we actually like weather the storms. That's what we're here to learn. We're here to learn resilience. We're here to give ourselves credit for our resilience. We're here to cheer each other on for our resilience. And we're not here to get anything right so much as we are to see, like, how are you feeling in your body, in your life, in this lifetime? Hopefully the answer to that is mostly good. If you feel mostly good about life, then you're good. You're among the lucky. But none of the sages, none of the teachers, none of them, from Jesus Christ, whether you believe or not believe, to Mother Teresa, Gandhi, none of them. Look at Gandhi. Gandhi was a pretty spiritually, ahead of his time guy. He was screwed, for a very long time. Mother Teresa, all of these huge people that have strong faith, and you think, oh my gosh, the Dalai Lama, excommunicated from his own country and has lots of issues. So nobody's gotten it all right. Nobody's gotten anything perfect. The goal isn't that. The goal is how to find yourself in the whole big picture and be okay with yourself and feel good about yourself, making the right choices, doing the right things, caring about others, but caring about yourself and putting that in a good balance where you don't care about others more than yourself or yourself more than others. So it's a balance. We have a lot to learn. We have a lot to do here. So I like that question. Thank you. Kelly is telling me Gary's pickles are the best pickles ever. They've had stands at farmers markets. They're based out of New Paltz. It's not a person, but if Gary was, she said, if Gary was a person and he tasted like that, oh my God. Laughing, LMAO. So yeah, that's hilarious. I'm glad to hear he's not a person. I'll have to try them. Okay, Carolyn is asking, if we have a medical issue, can anyone sit quietly and meditate on it to understand what's going on, or just a trained person? Do you mean yourself, Carolyn, as the anyone person, or do you mean can like your Aunt Carol in Texas do it? So do you mean yourself? Well, you said self-diagnosed without Google. We can definitely, we are for ourselves, absolutely sit quietly and meditate on it to understand what's going on. Absolutely. This is what I mean by intuition and how it works and how it doesn't work. People think intuition is a very clear-cut, very, either you have it or you don't, and it's very obvious. But let me tell you, and this is what I go over in the intuitive gallery, so you can kind of get a sense of what is my process that I'm going through as I'm answering people's intuitive questions, mediumship stuff. It's all a language. Intuition itself is a language that you have to learn. And the tricky part about the language is it's very individualized. Everybody has a different language. So my language of intuition may not be your language of intuition, Carolyn, and most likely isn't. So when I teach my classes, I don't teach my method or my symbols. I teach you how you can go about finding out how you interpret and understand information. So if you're trying to sit quietly and ask, try to check in on your medical issue, and you're sitting quietly and you're focusing on just like, okay, I'd like some answers on this medical issue I'm having. And as you focus your attention and your breathing, you just want insight and guidance on this medical issue I'm having. Then all of a sudden, say in your mind, in this meditation, all of a sudden you see a big giant orange in your brain. And you're like, oh my God, what the hell is that for? So like an orange, okay, whatever. And then you bring your attention back and say you see, I don't know, rivers running and then getting clogged up, and you see all these dams in your meditation. And you're like, what the hell? I'm just trying to ask about my body. Hello. The orange and the rivers damming up could mean like I might see like rivers damming up, and I would understand like, oh, there's a problem with circulation somewhere, because the rivers are like the veins in your body, and if they're getting clogged, it's either a clot or something's going on with circulation. And I'd see an orange. Me personally, I'll see an orange when someone needs vitamin C. So it might be like, oh, you need a little vitamin C, but there's something about a clot. And I'm not answering your question. I'm totally making up this scenario. So even if I am answering your question, I'm not intending to. So don't go like, oh my God, I have a clot. Is that what's going on? I'm just giving this as an example. So intuition, it doesn't come to like, you need vitamin C and you have this clot. It doesn't come like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand and feel your way through the information you're being given, which is the skill. That is the skill that we all have the ability to get and receive information, but not everybody can do this for everybody else, because it takes skill. Quite frankly, it takes skill and time and paying attention and focus to understand what you're seeing, feeling, and experiencing. So can you do it for yourself? Absolutely, 100%. But don't expect like this voice from above telling you, well, this is what you have to do and you have to go to this doctor. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for me. It doesn't work like that for most people. I don't think I've ever met somebody that it's very clear. Maybe the medical medium, I don't know. Although he also has many signs and symbols. So it's a language that you need to pay attention and learn. And when I mean pay attention, like if I see rivers, I have to then go into the rivers. What color are the rivers? How many are there? Is the water feeling like it's rushing really quickly, or does it feel thick? I start really paying attention to the details within the details within the details. And it's a focus. I personally also think it's much easier to have that intuition for other people, because when it's myself, I just get in the way, so it's a little bit harder to interpret our own, in my opinion, it's a little bit harder to interpret our own intuitive guidance all the time, but it's not impossible. So that's a good question. Oh my gosh, let's see. Kevin is saying, wash your hands. Okay, let's see. You guys are all laughing about Kelly. Hello. Deborah, I'm so stressed what's happening in the world. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you. Are you like listening to me? Thank you. Listen, there is so much happening in the world. And I said this last night in my meditation. I am going to keep saying this until this is over. And it's never over. I mean, it'll be over. We'll be back, but it's never over, because humankind has never had this before, ever. And I feel like, wow, how cool are we that we're living in an age that is unprecedented, has not happened before. I find that exciting. I do not find people dying and people sick and people worrying and the anxiety and people out of work. I don't find any of that fun. Of course I don't. So I've had people say like, oh, whatever. What I find exciting is that if we can look at this time as an opportunity, and an opportunity that you have been forced by the universe. The universe has forced not just you, but the entire universe, the entire globe, to pay attention and slow down. That's never happened. It is an opportunity. I know before all this happened, I was on a hamster wheel and I was very unhappy. And I'm pretty happy in what I do, but I was miserable because it's constant and nothing felt worth it. It's like you work more to have stuff that you can't go and use and enjoy because you got to work. And it's like, it didn't make sense. And it was constant. This is, and it hasn't changed for me actually, but the opportunity is here to say, what really matters to you as an individual, not to you for your children or for your parents or for your sibling or for this one or that one. It's about time to go inward and look at this time that's been created for you to observe yourself. That includes, wow, I didn't realize I get so anxious when I didn't know, when things are unpredictable. There's a lot to learn about yourself in this process right now. I told everybody in meditation, the people who are seeking things out to go inward are the people who are going to be 10 times ahead of everyone else who doesn't do anything to evolve themselves when this is over. And I use the analogy that say this is going to be just 2 months long. If we took 2 groups of people in the beginning of this quarantine and beginning of 2 months time period, and we said this group is going to diet and exercise and not have sugar and eat really well and work out really well and often and frequent, and this group is going to eat junk, not exercise, and watch lots of TV. At the end of the 2 months, when you study both those groups, who do you think is going to be in good shape and feel better at the end of the 2 months? Not rocket science, right? Probably the group that changed their diet and exercise and made something of that 2-month time period. So if you are listening to stuff like this, if you are finding or seeking out meditation, if you are finding ways to be still, if you are learning something new, if you're cleaning things out, if you are making some sort of progress within yourself, whether it's, wow, I find myself, I go to bed much earlier and I feel better when I wake up. Perfect. So I'm not saying it has to be something big, but if you're doing something to learn about yourself in this time, you will be further ahead when we're done. If you are going to go to those deep, dark, crazy, creepy places in our brain of fear and anxiety, and you do it every day, you're not going to be further ahead at all. You're not going to be. You're going to be like in that second group. So yes, there's moments of anxiety. Yes, there's moments of anger. Yes, there's moments of sadness and fear and blah, all of that. So there's the roller coaster that we're all on. That's normal. But if you're going to those dark places every day, which I would say that most of you listening, if you're listening to me, you're not, because the people who are doing that are listening to Fox News right now or any kind of news outlet right now. And they're not listening to anything like this. They're, oh my God, did you hear about this? There was a spider that came into a room and then it infected everybody with spider bites. The information that's out there is cuckooville. If you're feeling anxious, pay attention to who you're around and what you've recently been around, like what you've heard. I guarantee if you're listening to the news and it's on in the background, you are having a worse time and experience with this. Guarantee it. Because there's nobody that can listen to the news that feels okay afterwards. Just not going to happen. It's like going down into a coal mine in a white outfit. You are not coming up white again. You're going to be full of soot and dirt. So news and constant being absorbed in it is like walking into a coal mine with a white outfit on. It's getting stuck to you. It's getting all over. You're going to come up dirty. You're going to be toxic. You're going to feel that density and that yuck. So you get to choose. You get to choose. Do I want to listen to this 24/7? Or do I want a little bit? I mean, I don't listen to the news and I'm fairly aware of what's going on. Maybe I don't know all the details. I didn't know Italy opened back up. Michelle told me that, which was exciting. But I hear it. I wound up hearing it. Even though I don't listen to the news, I find it out. So people will say, well, I don't want to not know what's going on. Why? You do want to not know what's going on. I know we have to wear masks. I know the rules. I know what's going on. But I don't need to know every little gory detail. I really don't. It's too much. So, yeah. So you guys are you're going to be further ahead. And the more you are doing some level of self study, self-observation. How are you looking with relationships? Are you connecting with people more? Are you isolating? And there's no such thing as right or wrong. None of these are better than the others, but pay attention. How does your system work in stress? This is stressful. This is like unprecedented stress. This has not happened before. So yes, hang tight. So thank you, Deborah. That was like a long soapbox. I'm sorry. Denise, on Friday, this is not a mediumship gallery. The next mediumship gallery, I believe, is May 6th. Nope. It's not. I think I have one on Monday. I have a daytime mediumship gallery. I decided to try it. But now, when is that one? I don't know. We'll have to look at my website. I don't know. It's not on my phone yet. So Friday, no, it's not mediumship on Friday night. It's just intuitive questions. And would that be private? Private appointments, they should be opening up soon again for May. So private appointments will be opening up soon. If you're on my mailing list, so you go to my website, deborahhanlon.com, and then you join my mailing list. When you sign up for my mailing list, as soon as you sign up, you have to look for the confirmation email. It often ends up in junk or spam. Check it there, confirm, and then you're on it. You'll get my emails. If you don't confirm it, you're stuck in no man's land. So you can't do it again because it's still waiting for you to confirm the first. We have so many problems with this. It's a pain in the neck. So that's how you'll be notified when I'm opening up the calendar. Okay, Christina is asking, do baby souls that are in the womb feel freely moved from here on earth and the non-physical world? I believe so, yes, absolutely, because they're like this unmolded clay, so they're having both experiences. They're both here and there, but so are the deceased. They're just not in physical body. They're both here and there. I'm a twin flame. Do you address on Fridays? Clarify your question a little bit more for me, Dawn. Oh my God, Nancy, this is horrible. She was just with a doctor 3 weeks ago, and he was saying this whole virus thing is crazy. I recently called him to make an appointment, and he passed away from the virus. Oh my God, that is horrible. That is like the worst thing ever. I'm so sad about that. Kevin, I'm seeing you write frequency, but I don't know what you're referring to. So I don't know if you're answering somebody else or if you're asking something here. Jessica, yep, I just explained how to schedule a phone session. So my calendar opens up, and as soon as it's open, I only release it to my mailing list. I don't announce it on Facebook. If I ever get a last minute cancellation, I'll put that up on Facebook. But when we are booking the calendar, we only announce it to my mailing list. And if Michelle says she's opening the calendar at 7 p.m. on Monday night, you better be on that computer at 6:59 because by 7:05, they're all gone. And she said the trick is, I heard her telling people, the trick is just whatever appointment you see, click on it right away. Because if you look at an appointment and then you check your schedule, which is really hard to not do it that way, it's often gone by the time you look at it. So I heard her tell someone say that. Okay, let's see. Cindy said, thank you. You're like my own daughter. Grateful for you and this wisdom you shared. But thank you so much. Wheatgrass makes you gag. I kudos to you. Cindy, I talk about you all the time because of the kindness you and your husband extended to me when my animals had issues. My little cats had issues. You guys took care of me so well. So I tell everybody about you guys. So I feel very much mutual, Cindy. So thank you. Just liked and subscribed. Great videos. Keep making more. You're doing great. Thank you, Gabriel. That's very nice of you. Carolyn, I get it. Funny though, while getting a foot rub once, the little Asian woman said, oh, you have very bad veins you need, and tried to hand sign compression stockings. I almost bought compression stockings the other day. I wasn't seeking them out. I wasn't oh, I need some compression stockings, but I was looking online for something else that now I don't even remember what would have jumped me over to compression stockings. I don't know, But, I was looking for a scale. I'm buying a scale, you guys, because I got to stop the insanity. I was buying a scale, and then compression socks came up. Maybe they're like, oh, you picked that scale. Apparently you need a forklift too. But anyway, I thought I want compression stockings. I figured, why not? No one's seeing me. I got deodorant on my shirt right here, all the way down. Gray hair, no nails. It's all good. Whatever. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Dawn is saying can't agree with you more. This is universal. Sharon, I haven't slowed down at all, but I'm trying to figure out what makes me happy. I agree, Sharon. I have not slowed down at all. I've never been busier, to be honest, because I'm trying to keep up. You have to keep up. Losing my events is it's a big deal, but I'm fortunate, grateful. I just keep going, but yeah, I haven't slowed down at all either. Although yesterday I took a nap, and I was like wondering, like, what the hell's wrong with me? Like, why am I so tired? I didn't do anything that warrants tiredness, but the energy that's expended doing stuff made me tired. Oh, actually, that reminds me of something. Side note. Do you guys notice that? Like, do you guys get tired? Like, I think of my life before, and I'm like, I was in like 8,000 directions any one given day. Like, you go to work, you come here, go to the store, go there, go drop off the kid, pick them up. Oh, did you do homework? Did you do that? Do laundry, blah, blah, blah. Right? You're fitting it all in. And I'd be like, from the time you wake up to nighttime, you're just go, 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 go. And then you like go to sleep, and then you can't sleep. How is it that I like did a load of laundry, and what did I do? Oh, I did ETA yesterday morning from 9 to 12:30. And I was freaking exhausted. I sat in a chair for 3.5 hours on Zoom talking to people, did a little laundry, and I was like, whew, I am tired. I'm pooped. And I laid down and went to sleep. So like, what's that about? Are you guys finding like you can't even do like a fraction of what you used to do before without getting tuckered out? I feel like I'm 90. Like, what the hell is that about? It's weird. I like it because I'm like, all right, that's cool. I can lay down because there's nothing else I'm going to do. It's nothing else that's like pressing. I'm just going to lay down. That's what I've been doing. I'm enjoying that. Okay. Hi, Margie. Hello. How are you? My friend Mary's a social director. Every month she fills my schedule. I've come to realize that without her schedule, my existence has been socially distant and quarantined for quite a while. I'd agree. I'm a natural quarantiner. So for all you extroverts out there, I feel really bad for you because this has to be terrible. But I'm, believe it or not, an introvert. I really, really am. And I don't need to be in like crowds and social settings. I get like, you just pick up on too much energy. I get very drained. You know, I don't like fake conversation. Oh my God. I hate like, how are you? Good. Great. How are you? Good. How's Susie? Good. She's doing good. Yeah. Good. You know, I hate that. I hate it with the core of my being. I want to go up to somebody at a party and be like, so what do you think about the existence of life? Tell me what you think about quantum physics and how that applies to how we could be in both here and the past and future at the same time. What are your thoughts on that? Like, I want to talk about that stuff. I want to talk about when we're most vulnerable or the thing we learn the most through our pain. Like, I want to know that stuff. I don't give a shit about Susie. I don't. I really don't. It's like, oh, she's great. Yeah. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm afraid when quarantine's over, I'm going to really be even more socially awkward than I was before because no, I want the deeper stuff. I want the funny, real version of life. I don't want the, gee, I don't know you, so I'm supposed to be, appropriate. I hate that shit. Don't be appropriate with me. Be exactly who you are, and I will get it, and I will love you so much more. If you're like, I don't give a shit, I'll be like, God, I love that person. But if someone's like, oh, how are you? Did you, parent-teacher conference when you're acting like so like, yes. Well, Well, when I sit down with him and we go over the work that he's done and we do an extra half hour of study, like, no, I don't do that. I don't. I go, did you do your work? And they lie to me and they say they did. And I'm like, cool, good. I'm glad you did. Good job. Good boy. And then I leave their room and then I let them play more video games. That's what I do. That's what's real. I don't want to be that person, but I'm not that other one. So yeah, are you guys knowing what I'm talking about? I don't want to go back to that life. See, that's what gives me anxiety, that stuff. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Not Tony. No, Shelly. I feel like I have to know what's going on to make sure I don't get lax and take chances. Yep. I agree to that. What do you think about seeing the same time every day? Is it a sign? I often do think that when we keep tuning into any combination of number, that it's a little wink. And I always feel like it's just like they're saying like, yep, keep going, keep going. Oh, someone's giving me a hint. Rub the deodorant spot with another area of that shirt and it'll go away. Stop it. Hold on. There's no deodorant on this part. What? My 43.98 years of my life, and I've never known this. It's what? Did you guys all know this? I'm serious. I did not know this. Maureen? Hold on. One moment, please. How did I not know this? It's going away. Did you guys know this? Seriously. I mean, look, that's much different. It looks a little bit, but I can't believe this. Huh. See, I want to know that stuff. It's either quantum physics, consciousness, what made you grow the most, or shit like that. That's the stuff I want to talk about. That's the stuff I want to know. I also want to know, like, when you get deodorant on your shirt. I don't want the perfect person that's like, wow, I'm neat. Like, I'm somebody that I can't wear white. I can't do that. I love and admire people who like wear a crisp white shirt or white pants. No, I can't do that. Something happens and there's like something all over me, but I want to be her. I want to be that woman, but I'm not. So that's good. Okay, so let's see. Kim, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place here. Do you believe that we come into this life with a contract and that we sign up for this life? If so, do you think all the people that died for coronavirus agreed to that contract? Yes, and yes, and yes. Yes. I do believe there's a contract. I do believe there's and it's not like signed contract by God and like St. Peter. You know, it's not that. It's like... Well, my favorite book of all times is a children's book, and this is also on my list of books on my link there, and it's called The Little Soul in the Sun. It's a children's book, but to me, it describes the exact interaction that our souls go through before we are born, and it's just the sweetest, most beautiful book intended for children. Very long. I think it's a little too long for children. It's perfect for adults. I read it to a lot of my certain classes, especially ETA. So yes, same thing with like 9/11, tsunamis that occur. The universe is in such precision. The entire universe, we're all in precision with one another. And say today, 5 billion people needed to pass because it was their contract. Their day was up. This was the day their soul was going to return. Something has to happen for that contract to be made. So when you get tsunamis, that is the earth responding to the contract of the people who were taken by the tsunami. Same thing with this. There are a certain amount of people that need to be passing at a certain time on our planet, and this is the one way that's happening. If it wasn't this way, there would be many other ways, but no one ever dies when they're not supposed to. So it's a precision. It's the earth working together. It's meant to be, which sounds terrible because from a spiritual level, it's meant to be. And I can totally firmly feel that and believe that and totally find such relief in that. Then there's the human me, which still suffers from the woulda, coulda, shouldas. The like, oh my God, if only I did this, if only I did that. So the human mind does that, but the spiritual self knows there's a much bigger picture here, and we're all interconnected. And there's no one that escapes that interconnectionness. If it's your time to go, something will happen in the universe to facilitate your leaving the planet in that form. You don't really technically leave the planet. You leave your body. So yeah, that's what happens. So yes, there's a contract. Yes, I do believe that everyone with corona and however we pass, it's not even what we pass from, because we can change that, but when we pass. So yes, I like that question because it's really important, especially right now. Dawn, yes, twin flame questions. Yes, totally. I do. I thought that's what you meant, but I just wanted you to clarify. So yes. Carolyn, that's why I love you. Listen, I'm real. I'll definitely be real. I'll be obnoxious sometimes, but I'll be real. If a baby is lost very early into a pregnancy, is that soul with our loved ones, or does it have to be further along? Oh no, it's with your loved ones right away. Right away. Right away. Instantly, immediately. It's a soul. And I talked about this, I think last week or a couple weeks ago, that pregnancies that like you are holding a baby, you're carrying a baby, and then it passes because of miscarriage or because of abortion, that little soul, just like I said before, the contracts that we come in, the contract for that little soul and the mother was, hey, listen, the little soul says to the mom, hey, listen, I want to come in and go right back out. I don't want to stay. And the mom says, okay, I'll let you use me as the vehicle at this time. So it's like, to me, they're little angel babies, because to me, it's like such a divine, sacred contract of like, can I just use your body to come in and go right back out? And the mom's soul says, okay, I'll let you do that, even though I'll be really sad about it. So to me, it's such a sacred, beautiful agreement that these energies make before we come. Yeah, you guys hate the superficial small talk. It is exhausting. Melissa, yeah, this conversation with your daughter, did you do your work? She said yes. I said okay. And then I said, that was the worst lie ever. I know. I try to be like, are you sure? And then I do email the teachers like once a week, like just checking. And they're like, yeah, no, we haven't received anything. And I'm like, shit, damn it. Like, you told me you did. Why are you just not submitting it? And like, then we're like, just ask us. It's so stressful. Oh my God. It's just stressful. Okay. You knew that trick, pantyhose, take it off even better. Huh. Wow, white shirt, white pants people. It's an act. It's an act, right? Who are those people? Why are you buying white? Or are you wearing white knowing there's only one time you're going to wear that thing because it's going to get some stains? So are you just taking the chance and just saying, all right, I'm good with like disposable clothing and I'm going to wear it once? You know, that's what I would have to do. Oh my God. Aisha, I think we can change our contracts. We don't change our contracts. We can upgrade, like we can learn. Upgrade's not the right word. It makes it sound like our souls are on sale. We can upgrade because we can have a contract. This is what I'd like to learn, and we can speed through and we can learn stuff quickly and bring more into our contract, but we don't really change our contract. That's pretty like, I want to say written in stone, but it's pretty, what we're here to learn is what we're here to learn. And that's what we're here to express. You know, what we're here to express. The problem is we're given life, but we don't express our life in the unique way that we're supposed to. So we need to learn how to be ourselves and what that even means on the planet. I do think we're getting closer to understanding the concept of what it means to be ourselves. That's what this time's about. Find out what you need, learn what it is, make no apologies for it. Just what I need. Don't blame anyone else for it not happening or happening. Just know like, okay, this is what I need. This is my space. This is my this, that, and the other thing. And express it, say it, and watch how your world changes around that. Oh, let's see. Felicia, that trick is like the greatest thing ever. Cindy, you just got here. What did you miss? Cindy, I really went through the meaning of life and All of it. And winning lotto numbers. I gave everybody that information. Hi, Jody. I'm glad to see that. What do seeing snakes mean? It means you are in hell, girl. I hate snakes so much. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. My friend Kristen and I were walking at Chadwick Lake, which is like, I can't say the word hiking because it is a gravel path around 4 miles around this pretty lake, but it's a path, right? And one day we're walking and there is a squiggly thing going on. And I screamed as if a freaking bear family was coming at me. And it was literally, it was a glorified worm. I mean, it was like this big and thin. Ugh, even just thinking about it makes me creepy. And I'm screaming and I'm yelling at my friend Kristen and I'm like, get it out of my aura. Get it out of my aura. I've never used that phrase before. Get it out of my aura. I just get so creeped out with snakes. I think they're horrible. So what does it mean seeing them? I don't know. I know it's like a sacred thing in the Bible and all these places like snakes and Kundalini energy is represented by snakes. I don't like snakes. I don't know. So I would say hell. I would say it means hell, but I don't think so. Look up the spirit totem of a snake and see what comes up. But I hate them. Hate them, hate them. Oh my God. Carol Anthony. You are a white person. Like, oh my God, that sounds terrible. You're a white wearing person. That makes sense to me. Like, you're very neat and tidy and everything always looks very put together with you. So you're white. You can bleach white stuff. It's colors we can't fix. Yeah, but you know what? I don't think white ever looks the same after you wear it once. And okay, if you are somebody that has bright whites after you've worn it, how do you do that? What laundry detergent are you using? What bleach? What setting? What kind of washing machine do you have? Because I need to know, is your water hard or soft? I need to know all the variables because I need to understand this whole like keeping crisp whites. I don't have that power or skill. It's just not in me. I'm the person you just buy new socks. Not you don't wear it once, you wear it a few times, you wear it a lot. And then when they get that like look, it's enough. You got to get rid of them. Or they become like cold feet socks. You know? Do you guys have those? Like there's socks that you'll wear in like a sneaker or something, the like ankle socks. But then I have like cold feet socks. Actually, I have some on right now. These are cold feet socks. Because my feet are cold. Oh my God. These are my cold feet socks. They're not even good looking anymore. Like this should be white, but it's like dingy. But they're very warm and they keep my feet warmer. So they're my cold feet socks. Yeah, just get slippers. No. I'm gonna walk around in socks. Oh God, you saw them in a dream and they infested the ground. Oh God, Nancy. I don't know. Oh, Aisha's allergic to white. Yuck to snakes. Doesn't matter how small it is. People say it won't hurt you. Oh, if I see it, it already hurt me. That's exactly it, Marnie. If I see it, it already hurt me. That's it. Snakes mean change. I always see them before big changes. Oof. All right, Nancy, you got big changes coming up. Snakes are warning signs. Clorox soft water? Huh. No synthetics. White is never the same. Thank you. Once a stain, it's always there. Coffee, tomato sauce. I wore a little white shirt the other day to ETA and I dropped one little drop of coffee on it. It's done. It's done. And I like Clorox. I'm a heavy pour for Clorox. Heavy pour means that like when we walk past the laundry room, our eyes burn. I try that. That's how much white I use or how much Clorox I use. And still doesn't really work. Doesn't really work. Snakes mean spiritual awakening, Kundalini power. I knew Kundalini. I read that after I dreamt of a snake in my bed entering my spine. I jumped up out of bed when I woke up. Ugh. I dropped nothing until I'm wearing white. I love white and it's so crisp and clean, isn't it? We should just all, that's what we'll do. We'll do like a welcome back to the center, like ceremony, and we'll all wear white. And then we'll see what happens from there. I can already see my incense. Like I light my incense and like the ash falls on it. I could already see it. Something. I could already see it. But we could try. We could try it. I think that'd be good. When you go see John of God, who I'm not a fan of, you'll have to wear all white. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm not a fan of him. My husband was watching a show about pythons taking over Florida. These bastards, 12 feet long and 100 pounds. I feel like it's eating me. Oh my God. Let's see. Greg said, I notice every time I post a link, YouTube blocks my comments. So for links about Deb's thing Deb mentioned tonight, go to Deb's Amazon store. Links on her website. I don't even know what I mentioned. Oh, the juicer. There was something else. Oh, I do have something I want to tell you guys about. Sorry, look a squirrel. I like things smelling good, and I did burn a ton of incense the other day in the house. But I love candles, right? But then candles, I'm starting to feel bad for the earth. Like if I get a candle in like the the glass thing, once it's done, I don't reuse it. So I kind of starting to feel like, that's such a waste. One candle and whatever. So I'm trying to think like I should probably go back to tart warmers, but I'm not really crazy about tart warmers. I found a tart warmer on Amazon. It's like a nice soothing night light, and you could set it for 3, 6, or 9 hours. So it's it looks so nice. I'll take a picture of it in my house. It's just a little soft light. You guys know me with lighting at my house and at the center. I like soft lighting, and I love this thing. And it makes it smell so good, but it's electric. So it's a plug-in. So I don't have to like worry about refilling the tea light every 5 seconds. So, oh my God, I love this thing so much. I want to order like 50 of them for the center. So look that up too. I'll put that on Facebook or whatever too. Okay. Not a fan either. Yep. Okay. Ooh, Kim, what would you suggest I say to my 17-year-old daughter who's deathly afraid of dying? Really ask her, like, what is it about? Like, is it the concept of it? Is the concept of not existing? Is she afraid of not having an identity? Is she afraid of that there's a place to go and she doesn't know where it's going to be? So get a little bit more. I'm sure you have already, but there's a lot of themes around people who have an extreme fear of dying. It's not an uncommon one. It's actually quite common. But I find it interesting because there's like zero fear of dying for me. The only sadness and thought of dying to me is that I feel sad for my kids, really, are the ones that like will feel sad if I die. So like I feel bad for them. Like I wouldn't want them to suffer feeling sad that I died. But that's the only thing about death that I'm afraid of. Not afraid of, that I just don't like the thought of. But it's such a freeing thing to not fear that. So I would get a little bit more information about what is it specifically that freaks her out about it, and let her know that it's common. It's more common to be afraid of dying than it is like what I have, but not afraid. My ex-husband has a terrible fear of dying, and way back, I used to think like, oh, that's probably why the universe put us together. Like, so like I can help him get him over his fear of dying because he's totally terrified to this day. And it didn't work. I guess I didn't help him. So, but he has this fear of dying. I thought the universe is so smart. They put me with this guy that's terrified to die. And I'm the opposite. I'm like, I can't wait to go. Like, I'm totally fine not being in human form. I won't rush it. But the only thing that makes me sad is thinking of my kids being sad that I'm gone. That's the only thing. So other than that, it's like, party on, dude. I'll let you guys all know I'm here. I'll give you guys all winks. It'll be the F-bomb. Anytime you hear the F-bomb, that'll be my wink. Okay. My handsome, clean, and neat nephew, I like your description of him, taught me a trick 20 years ago. Have someone spray you with Scotchgard fabric protector when wearing white or bright yellow. You know what, guys? This is like the most informative night of my life. Fabric Scotchgard. That doesn't stain it. the Scotch Guard. You know, if you have a heavy hand and the spray and it goes in one spot and you're like, oh, shit, there's too much there and not enough here. So I would try that maybe I'll try that. Why do I not know this? I'm 43.9 years old and I don't know that. And bright yellow, that's another color. Like, yeah, I'm not going to wear that. Oh, Melanie, thank you. The other thing was a collagen drink. Yes, I'll post that too. A friend taught me to dry whites in the sun. That makes sense. Okay, let's see. Oh, look, a squirrel. Yeah, exactly. Notice I did not take my Adderall today, but I had my celery juice. Let's say I'm okay with dying. I'm afraid of how I'll die. Yeah, that's common. I don't even think about how I'm going to die. I feel like I have a very keen sense on how I'm going to die. And I also have a sense of when I'm going to die, which I will not reveal to anybody. But it has been written down. And so someday someone will find it and will let me know or let everybody know if I was right or not. So how I will die, yeah, I don't think I'm afraid of how I'm going to die. But that makes sense to me. She struggles with eternity, Kim says. The concept of eternity, never ending. Well, I had a big thought the other day. Not a big thought. I was just thinking about our conversation here last week of like, how can I explain to everybody in really a concept that people can get about the past, present, future is all happening at one time. And I was thinking about that, like, how can I explain it to where it makes more sense? And the idea of eternity or past, present, future occurring at once came to me in my mind of the fact that a seed, like if I had a sunflower seed in my hand right now, I would literally be holding infinity because that seed represents right now. That seed is the present, but the seed also came from another sunflower before it, all the way back to the beginning of time, of the beginning of that sunflower, and the potential for everything after it is also there. If I plant it, all the seeds that come after it are in my hand. So we can literally hold eternity in our hand by holding a seed. And to me, that's just, it's fascinating to me that that's time. It can be held in my hand. I'm holding all of eternity in my hand in a seed. So maybe you can kind of explain it to her in that way, that it doesn't mean there's an end. There's still an end, but every single end is a new beginning, just like Enya's song says. Does that make sense? We'll have to talk to her. Nancy, no fear. Socially distanced Scotch Guard spray from 6 feet away. All right, I'm going to try that. Beacon D lights are the best. Beacon D lights? Who said beacon? I saw some. My sister sells Scentsy. Check that out. Say my sister sells Scentsy for 5 times fast. That's hard. Okay. Can you be born into a different time or century? Yeah. What do you mean? Clarify that a little bit more. Like, could you be born now, but you really belong to like the 1800s? Do you mean that? Or vice versa? You belong to, 2121? But yeah, we've seeds. We're all seeds. We're all seeds, by the way. We came from someone somewhere down the line. And anyone that comes from us, even if you didn't have children, because people will say, oh my God, but I didn't have children. The line ends here. But your DNA does not end here. So all that comes after us, we're a part of eternity. Oh my gosh. All right. I cannot believe how late it is. You guys are you're hanging with me for a long time. I appreciate that. I always go upstairs to Greg and be like, am I boring? I don't think tonight was boring because honestly, this was life-changing. This whole rub it with another part of your shirt. I'm not joking about that. Okay. That was life-changing. So I learned a lot tonight. That was life-changing. And the fact that I wore a real shirt was a real plus today. And on Wednesday, I will be wearing real pants at some point, other than sweatpants and yoga pants, because I'm going to go for a ride in my car and leave the compound. I'm going to do that. Probably grocery shop. And I'm just going to be like a hoot. It's going to be like wild. I'm going to be crazy. And I'm going to do all that. So I got a lot going on this week. I'm going to put on real pants on Wednesday. Why not tomorrow? Because tomorrow I have a really long day of like sessions and all sorts of stuff going on tomorrow. But Wednesday is the day is hopefully the scale comes. The scale that I ordered, hopefully that comes first so I can see what pants I should try on before I completely, wreck my entire sense of self, because the scale that we have changes 6 pounds. 6 pounds. And that's just not okay for me, because my mental well-being cannot not be clear on what the damage has been done from the snacking. So hopefully the scale comes before I try to put on some real pants. That'll help, because then it'll change which pants I try to put on. You guys know what I'm talking about. You got like those jeans that you're like, yes, I love when I wear these jeans. And then we have these are the jeans that I'm in right now. I'll probably put those on, keep it safe for myself. So hopefully I'll see you guys Friday night on my Zoom. I'll be here next Monday again. Sunday night meditation every Sunday night, 7:30. It's $10 to join. You are looking right at me. I'm in a different area. I'm up in my bedroom when I do the meditation. And you get a recording of the meditation, so you can listen back to it over and over. So that's good. What else? An introduction to mediumship is coming up. And look at my online school. You guys have nothing to do, right? Like if you're not cleaning out a drawer and stuff, just open your phone and do the whole like zombie flip, when you're just flipping through shit that you don't need. Go ahead, look at my Teachable, sign up. It's free. There's an introduction to meditation class course to take. And I'll be adding another one eventually. Maybe Wednesday. No, Wednesday's the big day out. So maybe Thursday I'll work on another class online. We'll see. I don't know. So have a good night. Thank you guys. I love the back and forth that we get to have on here. I just love it. So I appreciate you guys for always tuning in, because I always feel like the fact that you guys want to hear me drivel and see my ADD in action, I'm impressed. I'm eternally grateful. So have a good night. Have a good week. Hopefully everything is going to be smooth this week for you. If not, find me on Facebook. My Facebook posts are more on a pep talk type of thing. I'm not going to yell. Well, maybe I'll rant. I don't know. So I'll see you somewhere. So good night, everybody. Thank you. Be safe.